Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jason Webb, the marketing correspondent, where I take what I'm learning in my business, act on it, and then share it with you. So today, I actually haven't, well, I started to act on what I'm about to share with you today, but I haven't fully implemented it yet. But let me just tell you what I'm working on today. If you don't know, Follow Up Fuel is coming out very shortly. It's a re-release. It's a new version of a product that I released about a year and a half ago. This one's going to be even better, but basically Follow Up Fuel, if you have an opt-in form on any of your pages and you send people to an email list, Follow Up Fuel will just simply help you write the follow-up emails towards the people that the new leads that you're getting on your email list. So it's just a lot easier, simpler, faster, a low-cost way for you to convert your new leads, nurture them, and hopefully turn them into buying customers. All right, so that's Follow Up Fuel. So as the product is winding down, is becoming finished and getting ready, I'm working with the developers and getting updates. I'm really excited about it actually being done and getting out of the tedium of just sort of bits and bytes and codes and all this other boring crap that comes with developing the software. And the exciting part is coming up, which is the talking about it part, which is what I'm doing now, and the marketing part, and getting out there and showing people and demonstrating how fantastic it is and all that stuff. So as I'm getting excited about that and really want to make sure that I get it out there to as many people as possible, I started, I've been geeking out over growth strategies and growth hacking and what's the fastest way to, can just build the email list and convert, get people to the opt-in and all that stuff. And so I've considered and will do a giveaway contest. So be on the lookout for that, where I'm going to incentivize people to share a particular contest. So I might give away an iPad. I'm not going to give away an iPad, but give away an iPad, and then I might say to you, share this with 10 more people, 20 more people, 30 more people, as many people as you can, and then as a result, you'll get more entries in the contest, right? So, one referral might be worth 10 entries for you. Two referrals might be worth 20, 30, or 40 more entries for you, and so forth and so on. So look out for that. But then also, I'm going to do more traditional stuff like buy Facebook ads and not manage it myself. I'll have somebody else manage it. But then also, the thing that I'm really sort of learning more about, now that I think about it, there's something else that I'm actually in the middle of learning. I won't talk about it now. I'll talk about it later. But the thing that I've been really sort of looking at closely, I guess, now is the idea of the Dream 100. And if you're a ClickFunnels user, or if you've gone through the OFA challenge, or you're frankly just a Russell Brunson fan and if you've read .com Secrets, or even assuming Expert Secrets, I'm waiting for that book to come in the mail, by the way. And I got the audio. But it's the Dream 100 is basically the concept where you think about 100 people in your industry that are big influencers that could really help you get your product out to the market, to get in front of the right people, right? It's essentially like, I'll call it influencer jacking, right? Where you're not the person that has the influence, you're not necessarily connected to the people that are out there, but if you can find the influencers that are connected to the people that do have influence, right, over your target market, the people that you want to buy your product, the people that you want to market to, if you can find those 100 influencers, then and let's just say in a best case scenario world, each one of those influencers has 1,000, even just 1,000 people on the email list. And if they're influencers, they probably have a lot more than 1,000 people, right? And you say, hey, check out this awesome thing that I checked out that I think is really cool, that I think would really benefit you guys. Go over here and look at it, and then they'll include the link to your product or your landing page, and then you can bring those people into your world, and then nurture the heck out of them with follow-up fuel, frankly, right? To start building that trust and credibility, so that they are willing and able to buy your solution or whatever it is that you're selling. So that's what I'm going to do with follow-up fuel. So, and I've heard this from not only Russell. He said it a couple times, and I got it, but I didn't necessarily internalize it. Then I heard it from Tony Robbins, who was on with Russell, and then I heard it from somebody else. I was listening to a podcast today on Mixergy, my favorite podcast, and the gentleman was on there when Andrew asked him, the moderator Andrew Warner asked him, how was he able to make I forget what it was, several hundred thousands of dollars within just 6 months. He said that he basically reached out to influencers. I don't know if he actually used the term Dream 100, but the concept was still the same nevertheless. And he said that one gentleman who had emailed him got about 60% of the sales, right? And so the reality is that the Pareto principle will likely apply anyways, right? You might email 100. Frankly, maybe 20 will only get back to you, and then of those 20, maybe 20% of that 20, so call it 4, right, might email. But still, if they're influencers and they have certainly a bigger influence than I do and a bigger email list than I do at the time, then even that would be worth it, right? Think about that for a minute. Even if I got 4 people that had, even if they just had 1,000 people on the email list, and that's 4,000 people that could come see my landing page, and then out of those 4,000 people that come, a certain amount would convert, right? And the best part about it is that I didn't pay a dime for it, right? I didn't spend any money on ads. I didn't have to compete on keywords. I didn't have to spend a lot of time trying to SEO and figure all that out, or any of that stuff, right? It was just usually just influencer jacking, I call it, to get people over to my list. And if you've purchased Follow Up Fuel to begin with, that's probably how you found out about Follow Up Fuel. It's affiliate strategy and influence strategy is basically the same kind of thought process behind it. However, in some cases, an affiliate strategy, you pay them a commission for whatever it is that you're offering. In an influencer strategy, it might be something else. It can be commission. It could be something else. It could be just a trade, right? In other words, they might trade an email to send to their list, and then I might send an email, although albeit might be smaller, something that they want to promote to my list, and so forth. So there's all different types of ways to do it. So tactically, this is something that I'm experimenting with, and it's to me a simple way to actually execute. So I'm going to find my influencers first and foremost on Facebook, because it's just the platform itself helps it, for me anyways, just be really clear to figure out who the influencers are, right? So I might type in email marketing or something like that, and I might look for groups that have a certain amount of people in those particular groups, right? And then I might go, and then what I'll do is I'll look at the group admins and the group moderators, and I'll reach out to them. But I won't reach out to them on Facebook. I'll reach out to them on another platform, which I'll tell you about in a second. But I won't reach out to them on Facebook, because it used to be that I could send a messenger, a message through Messenger, Facebook Messenger, a cold message, and the person would get it and they'd open it up and either respond or not respond. Now I believe what has to happen is that if somebody wants to, if somebody sends you a message, they might have to be I think they may have to be your friend first, or they have to accept you as a friend, I should say. And if I'm reaching out to someone who's never heard of Jay Webb before on Facebook, and they're not ready to accept me as a friend, and let's say they're not, I don't know, I just feel like there's a little bit of a barrier there. That's number one. Number two is that the communication of sending a messenger just doesn't really, I don't think it lends itself to, I don't know, the right kind of correspondence. Like I'm used to, if I'm typing an email to somebody or a message to somebody, and even if I'm being succinct, but I want to put in a link or something like that, it's just a lot more easy for me to do it in a different kind of way. So the way that I'm going to do it is something that I'm familiar with just through my recruiting business, which is LinkedIn. So I have a LinkedIn recruiter license because I've been in the recruiting business now for over 12 years and have frankly my own recruiting business now, and so I have a recruiter license. And 99% of my day recruiting is spent just sending messages through LinkedIn. So once I find an influencer on Facebook, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to LinkedIn. I'm going to find their name on LinkedIn, and then I'm going to send them a message through LinkedIn. Now, that's free for me, right? I'm sorry, it's not free for me. I pay for the LinkedIn subscription, so I know that my email is going to be sent through to that influencer. And oftentimes, your main email box, whether it's Gmail or Outlook or something like that, will be attached to LinkedIn, right? So it'll end up in their inbox, even if they're not spending a lot of time on the LinkedIn platform. Like my wife, for instance, she doesn't spend a lot of time on LinkedIn, but her emails come to her Gmail, right? So she's going to get it anyways, right? So that's number one. Number two is that if I wanted to, I'm not sure if I'm going to, because I want to make these super personalized. But if I wanted to, I could mass email them, and I do that anyways for candidates. And you can do it in a way that's not cheesy and sleazy, and you can do it in a way that is still personal or personable. But it would save a lot of time if I could just email 100 people all at once. I'm not going to do it in this case because it's really important to me to make sure that they know that that they aren't just being blasted and not just some broadcast, right? So anyways, that's how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to start on Facebook. I'm actually going to create a spreadsheet, and then I'm going to go over to LinkedIn and start sending the messages through LinkedIn, right? And so again, if you don't have a LinkedIn premium subscription, right? Again, I pay for mine. I forget exactly how much I pay, but if you don't have one, what you can do is you can just send an invitation to connect on LinkedIn. And again, I think it's because it's more business friendly. I feel like they're more apt to accept your business invitation than just a friend invitation on Facebook. But anyways, you can send them the invitation to connect through LinkedIn, and in that invitation, then you can put your message, right? You can put your little short message that says whatever it is that you want to say to promote whatever it is that you want to promote. Just make sure that the hook, and I'm learning this from others, but make sure the hook is really strong. Like if you're gonna ask of something, make sure that there's some sort of an inherent benefit for them, whether it's just giving them stronger influence in their community, if it is about paying them an above average commission for it to be an affiliate, something like that. But nevertheless, that's what you can do to grow your list, and that's what I'm going to do. Like I said, I haven't actually fleshed out my entire Dream 100, and frankly, that's kind of changing all the time. I'm adding to it. I have like multiple spreadsheets that I'm calling different names and all other stuff. But basically, that's what I'm going to do. All right. So that's it. That's what I'm working on now. As soon as I end this video, I'm going to be working on this, and I will come back on another video to talk to you about how it went. All right. If you guys have experienced this, please leave it in the comments. Talk to me about everything that you've seen. And if you haven't and you're going to try it, come back and let me know if it's worked for you. All right, that's it. I'm Jason Webb. This Marketing Correspondent Show is done for now.